You make your way back to Cobb's Landing, and the captain looks over at all of you, mostly recovered from your wounds, but he can see that you're tugging along a rather interesting package of someone wrapped in spider silk, and he looks over at you with his tall demeanor and happy face and says, "Well, I see you made it back alive, and I see you're down one traitor, maybe?"
Possibly. That's to be determined.
Well, best to start at the beginning. What happened? Please, no.
One at
Please.
a time, yes. Well, I think we found ourselves first heading towards the mountain peak. The journey itself wasn't too tiresome. We almost lost a member. Giant wolves, terrible things. Got our companion bit by the neck, but thanks to... Did you say it was your mother's cloak? Scarf?
My grandmother's scarf saved me.
Look,
I can see you got the better of it by the fact that you're wearing it. I'm surprised you fashioned it so quickly.
Yes.
about
After
what?
we slayed those wolves, and in turn we skinned them to get their pelts, and this one came out looking like this, a pure cloak rather than skin.
But unfortunately, what it left behind was the actual flayed body of a man.
Oh.
Presumably cursed, lost long ago.
I've heard other stories about people to the south like this. Do you think it's related?
Hard to say.
Hard to say without knowing the stories myself.
I'm afraid I don't know much, so if any of you know more, you can feel free to add something, but regardless, if there's nothing else, what happened next?
We camped out there for the rest of the night, and the spirit of the wolves themselves came alive and started hunting spirits of elk. Almost like the land itself was showing us a memory of what previously happened. After that, we headed out even further. We managed to reach the top of the mountain. And we have done quite a lot of recovery in terms of reconnaissance. Maria, your eyes saw what the majority of what you saw, so you want to give the captain a rundown?
Yes, my recent blessing helped us see great distances, and we have marked many landmarks thanks to the aid of Guile.
Let me see. I'll take a look at the map, and his face is genuinely surprised. You mark this with all honesty. Yes?
I saw it all, and Guile made the map.
Oh, well, at least there was one last thing he could do for the guild. And this is a magnificent map, I have to say. You've marked so many locations. I'll see you rewarded with, well, at least the three of you, 600 Nella each. What comes of Guile, I would have to leave to the Empress's charge.
600. Oh, thank you. However, we stayed on the mountain because of Guile and Magnus's vision, and we saw it through to the end. Come night.
Go ahead, something. During the same night we found this flayed man, there was another vision that I had alongside Guile of a shepherd woman tossing a stone at a wolf, and from it the stone had some power that Rhea and I were able to somehow capture, and it seems a new magic has been discovered, I would say, but I could show it to you if you wish, but...
Perhaps very quickly.
I'll cast it on a stone and hand it to him. Toss it at something a bit further than you think you would be able to hit.
Oh, seems to hit pretty hard too. Interesting. Especially since you threw it with such ease. You wouldn't think it would go quite so fast. How do you do this? Is there a trick to it?
like I said, there was a stone that we found that had a word in Druidic for power. Some strange boon from the land, I suppose.
Hmm.
Whether I'll be able to teach it to others is unknown.
But the two of you can do it, yes?
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, well, very impressive. Magic has been learned by very few so far, so any amount that you learn, no matter how minor, is a boon to the guild and our goals, just as your map was. So, if all of this happened without incident, save a close brush with death, I suppose, what happened to... he looks to Giles' body.
Yes. We stayed on the mountain for the rest of the day, even after mapping out the surrounding area, to see the source of a fire we witnessed from below the night before. Something was happening during midnight. And
During
once the night passed, we saw visions of us, or what we believed are visions of us, spirits dragging prisoners and a pigman, a living one, not a spirit, to be sacrificed before an unholy altar.
Oh, interesting. Did you prevent this unholy ceremony?
The unholy ceremony wasn't just that.
Say that again?
Spirits were bound around, and there was a beast, kind of snake-like thing with legs and wings, made of shadow, not real. It sat at the top, and looking through my glass, I was able to see the magic of chain wrapped around the neck. The spirits it was holding there. It was this that Gaia was sent to go defeat. However, on approaching the creature, Gaia muttered the words of the language that I do not wish to name again.
The Forgotten Tongue.
He nods.
This is the same language he muttered when he brought death upon Cobb's Landing.
At the time, I saw it as a betrayal of us attempting to help him. That, or complete disregard for the companions' lives that he travels with.
Yes, I would say,
Um,
I would assume the same in such circumstances. In fact, I think it requires good
But-
explanation as to why he was not doing this.
It
However-
proved not to be the case.
Hmm.
He simply wished to banish this shadowy creature from the land, believing it blocking his connection to some mysterious entity.
Well, what continued to happen, the truth of the matter, is that we battled the creature. We all fought as we tried, eventually turning what was left of it. It took flight and turned the land to darkness, as it must have been wounded terribly so. But as it turned the land to darkness, we couldn't see. And then we heard him muttering words again. This was the second time we heard the tongue being called. There was a respite, though, during this moment where Magnus's lantern gave off some light. And luckily I was able to land a hit to finish off the beast.
Oh, so you
After
take
the
the
beast.
credit for this then?
Technically, it was the only hit I landed, he says earnestly.
Well, a group effort,
But-
but the last
Yeah.
blow does mean something.
No, in all
I do-
fairness, might I add, there was that pigman there that Rhea freed. The creature seemed quite ferocious and took up the executioner's axe and joined us to swing at this foul, shadowy creature and dealt some quite hefty blows to it.
Oh. And what of this axe?
Good ally.
What came of that? And the pigman?
The pigman ran off with it once the mountain was engulfed in shadow.
Oh, I
It would have
see.
remained such, even with the light from the lantern, had it not been for Guile
Hmm.
Hmm,
Well,
so
what
taking the
had
shadow into himself.
he took the
That
what
we
happened?
see.
shadows. Oh, go ahead, please.
What happened was after the beast had been slain, it fell to the ground, but then the remains of the body congealed and twisted and gorged itself into Guile. At the time, I don't know if he muttered the words to take control of the beast's power for himself, regardless of our lives, or if he was in earnest actually trying to help. But either way, he left absorbing the creature. And then after that, it got even weirder. The moons. When I say moons, I mean 4 were above our heads, each one gazing upon us in a waxing or unwaxing way, almost watching our very movement. And then 2 moons appeared in front of the altar. I do gloss over a confrontation I had with Guile as I treated him as a traitor, and I still question his allegiances to the Awakeners Guild.
Hmm,
But
yes.
during our confrontation, 2 moons appeared, one made of dark and one made of light. And in the process, Guile touched the one made of light. The creature that was sucked inside of him was ripped out and taken by the moon of dark, and, well, he became a cocoon.
Hmm.
And something is happening to him, we can see it clearly. The magic is almost as if it's infusing itself into him. I believe he is very much still alive, but I don't know what will return when the cocoon opens.
Yes,
So I thought it
indeed.
was best to leave this in your judgment instead.
Should we cut him out, you think?
No.
Probably not a good idea.
That will only prove harmful to both him and likely you as well.
Well, I will trust your judgment. And what of this creature, this pig-faced man? Do you think he is a threat to the guild?
Probably not.
What
It
if,
looked like
if he turned
It's
against
super-
us? What is his strength? You think measure? Would he be able to harm a group of adventurers?
His ability to swing his axe is monumental, and the time it take me or you to swing once with a blade, he can swing twice.
Oh,
And
quite
the axe,
powerful. But
yes,
our encounter proved that these pigmen, I know you have had dangerous encounters with them before, they need not
yes.
be our enemies.
Perhaps so. No, to be blunt with you, our encounters with them have been more of either seeing them in the distance or being ambushed. There has not been much in the way of peace.
well, hopefully, I'm not sure if this one was a leader or something of that sort, but he seemed like a quite strong warrior. Hopefully this creature goes back and sings our praises of us saving this creature, but what this has in store is to be seen. This creature with the axe may be able to be reasoned with if it remembers the debt, but otherwise I'd be wary.
If anything, there's a history now of cooperation. And any form of cooperation can always lead into an alliance.
Very well. Is there anything else you need to report?
Yes, I need a drink.
All right. Well, let's go and get some drinks. I think somebody bought something special from Cobb.
Magnus will jingle a bottle.
And with that, all of you head off to go and get your drinks.